no, damn it. I was already in a crunchy mood. And now a muted microphone? Oh, you're about to get it. I don't know who you is in this case. But I was already actually that makes me feel a little bit more ha ha ha. Because I was in a crunchy mood. I was like, oh my God, I got to get the episode done. I would like to get the episode done. You know, Dancing with the Stars is a show. And please tell me what you think about it, because lots of people have different concepts of, you know, they used to love it a lot. And then they loved it more now. It's more modern with some of the younger cast members. Or what was the season? They had a bunch of social media people, like a family member and another family member. Like everyone has different entry points with the show, or why they started watching it more or less. For me, it was those seasons back in the day on ABC, and I'd watch it with my grandmother. So Dancing with the Stars is something I get excited about. But some of the like casting, and then it went to Disney, and then really I gotta say, and I think, you know, I guess we can move forward and think about like the new hosts, and if they make a better, you know, it's a big deal, you know. And I think I will say the former host was very good on her talk show and reality show and her own career, business acumen, the whole thing, and actually very good on America's Got Talent. Not bad on that one, but it didn't really match up. So I'm excited. I won't necessarily go backwards, but I'm a little bit excited to see what the future looks like in terms of Alfonso and Julianne. Is it Juliana? Her, not my favorite, but I mean, you know, but he is my favorite. So this is potentially going to be good. And there's nothing really wrong with her, but one does have to stop and scratch their head and say, scratch, scratch, scratch. Why does she get so many opportunities? Not many people get this many opportunities, and she's always failing up. So congrats to her, I guess. I don't know. What are we thinking about the judges? And of course, we'll do the cast announcements. And I am going to say that I want to do a like get your inner casting director mindset. Who would you cast for a future season? I put some names down, and you could put some names down too, and we could agree or disagree. But I'll tell you one thing that does make the show always good is the nucleus of the judges. Obviously last season, well, not season wise, but you know, Len Goodman had passed away, and you know, things had to change in that regard. And Derek is the person who filled in. Originally, I guess it was 4 judges, and I guess he fits in okay. Yeah, this is a good group. I like Carrie Ann quite a bit, and Bruno is just so funny to me. You know, you could never turn him down, and nor should you. And so generally, this is pretty good, and I think this is what brings people back to the shows year after year after year. It's like watching episodes or seasons of Drag Race. Like RuPaul's Drag Race is, of course, about each queen season after season, but there's also the excitement of Ru and the guest judges, Michelle Visage, Ross Matthews, and Carson Kressley. Like all of that definitely does matter as well. So I think these judges are really good. They're very inspiring. They're very they give it to you raw in terms of having to make the contestants really want to learn and grow, and make sure that no one's like you know, not trying their best, or you know, phoning it in or whatever. And I think there's a lot of good, positive, constructive criticism, and I think the show generally is a fun show. And here's what I'll say: in a time where it's so hard for television just to be entertaining, usually it has to be entertaining / salacious, and I'll get to a viewpoint I have on that. Not salacious, but scandal. It's just nice to have a show like Dancing with the Stars that usually just is generally fun and entertaining. We'll get to the cast members and whether you like them or you don't in a second. But generally, everyone, it looks like a pretty good group, I think. I mean, I've got my favorites. I've got some that I'm like, oh. But I think it's going to be good, and it's always an exciting announcement. But my gosh, didn't it seem like they took a really long time for the announcement? Like it was like forever. I think sometimes Dancing with the Stars, they like really extend it too much. And I know the concept is like, oh, you have to do it this way because, you know, digitally you're supposed to like put something out on Monday and then tease it for Tuesday and then for Friday. It's like, yeah, but you don't want to like run the risk of people being like, okay, on with it already. Like we've known that Ariana Madix is going to be on the show for like months. And even the scandal that she's coming off of, not that she was involved in the scandal, but the reality show she was on, she was involved in that way. It's like everything has taken a long time to get to. So I would prefer in future, not that anyone cares what I think, but Dancing with the Stars, get on with it. Let's get to the cast right away. Not, well, we're going to do the major announcement about who are the professional dancers, and we're going to do the major announcement about just Ariana, which was, the heavy rumor anyway. We're going to do a major announcement about Jamie Lynn Spears. Like, at some point, we're like, we don't even care about the announcement anymore, which is crazy why I'm even here doing a little recap. But that is what I do. That is what I do. Now, before we get into the contestants, and you can judge on who you like, who you don't like, I think we always need to do a little bit of a word on how you could help me, because nobody cares. Nobody cares. But you do want to help me. So, Mark, take it away.
Well, hello there. Thank you for watching and supporting the show with my good friend, Randomly Ronnie Jr. Who the hell am I? Great question. My name is Mark Rodriguez with Mastermind Media, and I wanted to take just a moment of your time to let you know about all the other incredible things this guy, Randomly Ronnie Jr., has going on. But first, before we get into that, please comment, like, and subscribe. That is how he grows here on these channels. But one channel you probably don't know about is patreon.com/randomly Ronnie Jr., where he's got a bunch more exclusive content. So please check that out. But speaking of YouTube, let's go back to YouTube for a second. He's got this hashtag randomly with Ronnie Jr., and it shows all of his stuff in his days in radio from back in the day, all the way up to present day, and his new interviews, podcasts, just videos across the board. So please check that out, because when you think about content creators, there's millions of content creators, but there's only one, Randomly Ronnie Jr. Let's get back into the show.
That's right, Ariana Naba. Make it rain on Randomly Ronnie's Patreon. That's all I say. No, let's move forward. So let's do the contestants one by one and just kind of see what we think. So this is season 32, Tyson Beckford. Okay, I'm with it. This definitely dips into the nostalgia of the 90s. Like, this was I think it's a great choice. We haven't seen him on necessarily, not like he's not busy, but necessarily on like a huge mainstream level in quite some time. So this is exciting. Yeah, I'm with it. Tyson Beckford, of course, was back then eye candy. He's no spring chicken, but he's still bringing it. So I think that'll be fun. The next person we have is, let's see. Oh, the computer. Miss Gomez here. I'm not familiar at all with Miss Gomez. Do we know her? A rising star known for her captivating performance and remarkable acting range. Okay, good. That's one thing that is actually kind of exciting is the let me see, the concept of, give me 1 second here. The concept of Dancing with the Stars not necessarily being cast members that I will never use the word has been by any means, but they've had their run and now it's just like a fun thing for them to do. It's nice to see people on their way up, on their trajectory of success. So yeah, I definitely think that's actually very cool. And I know not a lot about her, but she is young, so I'm sure she'll be, rather entertaining and exciting. And yeah, it should be pretty cool. I wish I had more on her. Okay, let's get to the next person. We have Allison Hannigan. Oh, this is just so wonderful in terms of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, right? She was on that. How I Met Your Mother. She was on American Pie. And, she's probably, I would love to hear what the story is behind this. It's probably one of those situations where you're at that stage in your life where, she's doing it for a specific reason. I don't know what that reason is. Sometimes people want to do things, within maybe, like how I stated, what is it? Like a family member used to love the show, or, sometimes people are getting ready for their children's weddings or their own wedding or something. So I think this is actually pretty great. And I like her and she'll probably be really fun. Allison Hannigan. So that's, some legitimacy in terms of an actual actress. So I like it. Let's go to Harry. Is it Harry? I don't even know how to say these people's names because I don't know who they are. Oh no. But I mean, I have seen of him. He was on a show called Too Hot to Handle or something like that. But I believe he was actually more so a social media star to begin with. Um, I think that's what his thing was. And again, I'm just looking at these names right off the bat and just kind of going off of what I think reacting wise. Usually I like to like break it all down, but maybe we'll do something like that for the season. But this is just like, now we got the official cast. Let's react to it. Do we like him? 5 stars, no stars? Tell me what you think, because I'm really not that sure. Moving on, we've got Charity Lawson, which I believe she just came off of The Bachelorette. So of course ABC always has a Bachelorette, or a Bachelor or Bachelorette contestant. So she was the latest show that was airing. So nice little momentum for her. So shout out to Charity. Our next person is the one that they made such a big deal about. Now I like Ariana because I do watch Vanderpump Rules. I do. But it's been that's not the shot I wanted. That's not the shot I wanted either. What? There we go. My gosh. Everything technically wrong wants to happen today. Boy, I tell you, I was in a crunchy mood and it's just going to continue. Okay, but let me not be crunchy to Ariana. Oh, no, but then I have a viewpoint that will sound crunchy. Oh, no, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Okay, listen. So here's the problem with Ariana. It's just the whole thing is just so much. So if you don't know her thing, look, I feel really silly because I'm like, I couldn't name a couple of things about the other people. And now I'm over here giving you the full Vanderpump reality TV breakdown. So Vanderpump Rules, of course, a show on Bravo TV that I know and love and watch every episode. Ariana was really strong throughout the seasons. The only season I didn't like was her first initial. And I feel like she's, even now, I'm like seeing old Ariana come back. Like there's just something, I don't know. There's something, but she still is necessarily no fault of her own. She was in the reality show with an ex who, cheated on her and it was real bad. And she, does, of course, rise to the occasion of like, it really does suck to go through that. But it's just, I feel like she's got to be tired of talking about this because we all, the fans, are tired of like hearing about it. So I just don't know how this is going to play at this point. Like just too much. I mean, the scandal was called Scandival because the guy she was dating's last name was what was it? Sandoval. And then the cheating was with like one of her friends and then like an ex and this, and it was a lot. She is likable, and the good thing for her is even before she joined the reality show, she I think she's from Florida originally. She lived in New York for a little bit too, but like she wanted for the most part to be like an actress. Reality wasn't really what she wanted to do. So the positive sides of this and her being on the show is, it must be really nice to be celebrated as much as she is. But it's a lot of pressure that's kind of on her because necessarily she didn't do anything. And like I said, her season, I think she started season 2 on that show when she was kind of, you have to go back and watch. She was kind of with the guy while he sort of had an overlap on the girl he was dating. And she just was like kind of backing him, which is rightfully so. She's coming into a relationship, but she was really, it was a tough situation because the other girl, her name is Kristen. Kristen, now at this point, I guess they're all close, but Kristen is like kind of hard to defend because Kristen is just so fiery and she's so loud and she's so, little chaotic energy. But Ariana always had this interesting disdain, like I don't know. I wouldn't even say, I don't know what it was, but remember that was the only season I didn't enjoy her. And like flashing forward, it's almost like coming into the relationship on the show, Ariana wasn't my favorite. And then leaving the relationship, I think was like 9 years on Vanderpump Rules, like some of the same attributes. I mean, it's a little different because now she's the one who went through it more than the other girl, but still it's all the same kind of. I don't know. I like her and I want to like her more, but I feel like okay, here's what I'll say. I feel like she's not actually happy in a lot of ways. So it was kind of weird to see like the scandal be so big, her sail to the highest of heights and everyone enjoy, and she's worthy to get that love for sure. But like, I really don't, something worries me for her own mental health is all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like this is a lot, even the going from the negative, the breakup itself, and then to be pushed to such a level. It just is a little bit like, oh wow, you do kind of wonder, and hope that she's okay. That's it. See, there's lots of positives when it does come to that. But Ariana Madix is a superstar in terms of that reality show. She's been on forever. She's good friends with Sheena. Sheena's another cast member that we all enjoy and love. So it's a good show. The fact of the matter is Vanderpump Rules was on its way out, and the scandal has changed everything. And some people have risen because of it, and other people have not. But I think she'll be fun. I think America will love her and love her story, and I generally think she is a great cast member too. So we'll see. It's just the problem has just been that we've been waiting for so long. I mean, when did they announce officially Ariana coming to Dancing with the Stars? It was a while ago, right? But yeah, kudos to her. Next we've got Jason Mraz. I mean, this is great to see. You want to see legitimate talent stars, not just like TikTok influencers or whatnot. So this is going to be great. As I said, with Allison Hannigan, like, what is the story? What is the reason, what brought them to this show? That this is not a knock, but that they're not doing it in a desperate way somebody else would. So I don't know. For me, maybe I'm just a little bit older now and I don't get amused by like a viral sensation. So I'm more excited to see like an Allison Hannigan as to why she's on the show, a Tyson Beckford, where has he been in his career? Tyson Beckford was doing amazing things in terms of that modeling career that no one was doing at that time back in the 90s. You know what I mean? So like to just be continuing to have a career longevity is exciting. Jason Mraz, same thing. And I'm not saying it's bad if you made the casting process on this show, if you're a viral sensation or you're from a scandal, but it is a different thing in terms of the viewership. I understand what brings views to the show, but I'm saying for me personally, this is what I like to watch. So it'll be cool to see Jason Mraz and kind of learn as to what and why he is there. Now I don't watch football whatsoever, so I'm not sure. Adrian Peterson, I guess we could read a little bit. What is it? Gridiron football player who is considered one of the finest running backs in the history of the sport. Oh. So he is he's that dude. Okay, good. He played for who's he playing for currently? Well, I guess he's not playing currently, but he was drafted by the Minnesota Vikings in 2007. All right. Well, I don't know. Okay, wait. Oh, the Pro Bowl. Okay. So yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know much about. Oh, wait, why didn't the thing come up? There it goes. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to use the in screen thing, which I have not really used on a solo show. So I'm kind of like doing this and this and this, and then it's hot too. And then I have a crunchy attitude today. So I'm like, where's the thing? And I'm getting mad that like this won't show up when I want it to show up. I'm very precise. I'm a Virgo. It was just my birthday. I'm a Virgo. We need to have things done exactly the way we want. And if they're not done the way we want, we get very like, I don't know who we is in this story. I'm dragging all the Virgos down. Anyway, so that is Adrian Peterson. Let's see, who else do we have on this cast? Someone I'm not familiar with, but she is a like a viral sensation, I believe. Lily Ponce, social media sensation. So the word sensation, who has taken the world by storm with her comedic videos. So she does comedic videos. Okay, cool. Again, it's such a great thing because I know nothing about her, which means you only get a chance to kind of learn more about her. I think she's married. Who is she married to? Because she married. Who did she get married to? Well, she's recently married. So yeah, I would love to see her. Why not? She has, let me see, with over 100 million followers across Instagram. Wow, she must be funny. Okay. Let's check her out. She'll be an interesting watch. If you know more about her stuff, I always find it funny, and this is just because I don't even enjoy TikTok, it's always so funny, the people that have like 100 million views, and I'm like, I've never even heard of them once, but maybe she does like something that the type of content I don't follow, I guess. But nonetheless, good for her, and good for her getting on this show. And yeah, I can't wait. Who else do we have? Oh, we've got Mira Sorvino. This is great. Oh gosh. Oh yeah, is the last time we saw her was on American Crime Story? The impeachment. Did you watch that? Anyway, yeah, Amira Sorvino. Yeah, that's great. I would love to see her on the show. You know, there's she just came up in a conversation recently, so this is exciting. I'm like wanting to learn more of her story and what brought her to the show and all that good stuff. How good she'll do. She'll probably be pretty great, right? Who else do we have? Let's see. Why do they make this like this where it's like hard to go find the next person? Oh goodness. What in the what? Oh man, who wants to see this? Okay, now the episode, now we're here. Before it was like, I didn't. Why does she get so many opportunities? Because of everything her sister went through. And this is, I am not even a Britney Spears, like, you know, I was never like following the story. I was never like looking at clues on, you know, oh, she posted this and she wore this and there was a sunflower and this meant the sky is blue, but it's really not. I don't even follow Britney like that. Growing up, I wasn't even a Britney fan. You know, even years later, I'm like, you know, the Britney song that I do like. What's the one that says dun, 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 till the world ends or something like that? Now that I like. And Stronger is actually very good. Stronger is like a very good, like you go see a drag queen lip sync to Stronger, like it's always going to be, yes, the party will be turned for sure. But this Jamie Lynn Spears, do we want to see it? And she was just on another reality show, wasn't she, on Fox, where they were like doing these you know, kind of like a military based training and, you know, very, very scary. And gosh, how is she on the TV again? So, you know, good for her. But I don't know. I feel like I'm not really super duper excited about Jamie Lynn Spears. I'm not saying she's riding a coattail. I'm just more like, why are we casting her? Why are we casting her? Speaking of why are we casting, you know, a lot of people really, 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 really like Mauricio from, I mean, he has his own show now and is a, you know, a real estate, you know, entrepreneur and does so well. But here's a fun stat. This is just a really, really great, this is unbelievable. It is unbelievable with Mauricio that I believe they're together, because that's another thing. They're in their own little scandal. Like, is she dating a woman? Is the country star? You know, because his wife is on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And this is the remarkable thing. This is so remarkable, so remarkable. It's like crazy. It is so remarkable, but she is, you know, Kyle's her name. I shudder just saying her name. She, this is just like almost like a fun stat. She is factually the least interesting housewife ever to do the television reality show. Season 1, episode 1, frame 1. So, and then again, magic is available to life, and you know, this is just it's a miracle. It's a miracle that season 1, frame 1, she was never entertaining. He is a good looking guy, and I think it's going to be interesting because he'll tell his side of the story, like, oh, we're like broken up, but no, we're not. And yeah, she was maybe, the tabloid said she was dating this girl, but no, she wasn't. And it's just kind of like that same thing I said. Cast people that are interesting. Cast people that I don't know, have a little bit more of a talent, not just like based on a scandal, is what I think. But you know, ABC, Dancing with the Stars, nobody's gonna listen to me. But I am right, so that's good. It's always good to be right. He might be a fun watch. Again, he's a very good looking man, especially, you know, what is it, like fine wine just gets older, better with age, you know, that kind of thing. But me personally, oh God, that first season, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, it premieres, and I said, oh, I like Camille. She's fun. Oh, I like Adrian. She's fun. Lisa Vanderpump was okay. I'm talking about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills on Bravo reality TV. And then all of a sudden, Kyle, Paris Hilton's aunt, is on the show. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is just the most boring thing I've ever seen. And I watch a lot of reality TV, so I know I'm like an expert. And even throughout said boringness, she continues to win. And this is just also not a surprise. You know, she continues to win. The Mauricio has a show on Netflix. I've never watched it. Now, the Netflix show that I do watch as far as design and real estate is Designing Miami is good, and Selling the OC is very good. But we'll get to that on another topic on another episode. But anyways, people like Mauricio. I don't know. I would be okay with it or more interested in it if he was casted just any old season, but being casted on is his wife, are they breaking up? Is she dating the country star? The lesbian country star? Who, what, who, how? It's very like TMZ-ish. I don't know. Let's put Harvey Levin on the show on Dancing with the Stars. But anyways, he's not that bad. He seems like he's probably a really cool guy, this Mauricio. Very good looking, as I said. I know I've said it like 5 times. My head is always in the gutter, I suppose. But nonetheless, yeah. Oh, anyways, so I didn't watch Veep, but I do know enough of Veep to know Matt Walsh. He was the only one that was not there at the ABC Good Morning America like cast announcement. But he should be a fun watch. I'm very much interested in this watch, to learn about him, to see him try and, maybe be a little bit of fish out of water, which is a great thing for this show. Anyways, and I told you that as we get to the end of the episode, we're going to do a Who Would I Cast? But what do I know? Anyways, that's Matt Walsh. Let's see. Can I tell you, I really don't like the way these are listed here. I wish they were up and down. I don't know why the internet always tries to make things like, what do you call it? Fun and easy. Don't make it fun and easy. Just up and down. Make it like, why'd I got to scroll like this? Stop it. Anyways, our last one is going to be Barry Williams, which is probably our oldest cast member. And I say bring more older cast members. They're fun to watch. The fun thing with Barry Williams, of course, from the Brady Bunch, you almost think, hasn't he already done this show? Like it just seems like they always have every season. We must cast a Bachelorette. We must cast a Real Housewives or Real Housewives adjacent. And we must cast like a Brady Bunch or Facts of Life or 227 or like something of back in the day. Growing Pains, Full House cast members. So Barry Williams, our oldest cast member. My only thoughts with that are, sometimes they don't really have a chance to compete with the younger. So I hope that he gets to stay in the game for a very long time and has a great time with the show. I don't know why. See, my heart is really big when it comes to seeing people who are not too desperate for the shine or the fame, but they're just really enjoying it. They're learning the experience of dance on this huge platform. I think is really wonderful. That pretty much wraps it up in terms of all of them, right? The cast members. You of course have all the celebrity dancers, which they are darn near. Hold on, let me remove this. They are darn near celebrity, the celebrities themselves at this point. Okay, moving on. I got to tell you, that was all rickety right there. I like things to be precise, and that one wasn't, but you'll just have to go with it. Again, crunchy attitude today. So who should Dancing with the Stars cast going forward? See, this is why I got to do this with the co-host so that they could talk, and while they're talking, I could go get the assets. But I got to talk and get the assets at the same time. This is why you need to support my Patreon. Look at this on the bottom of the screen. Patreon.com/randomly Ronnie Jr. because I'm getting pissed off, and it's just, it's okay. I'm in a crunchy attitude. Oh, I happen to have a photo. Look at this. This is Mauricio and Mauricio's wife. I don't know, again, if they're together or not. We happen to have a live shot. There is Mauricio. There's his eyeball. And Kyle, who I said on the Real Housewives reality show, not very interesting. So that's her being not very interesting. So moving on. So let's talk about who I think should be casted. Now, there's always room in my mind to cast the great. Now, she is of the Housewives, but she's just the great Larsa Pippen. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We must always cast the great and amazing Larsa Pippen. So going forward, we just talked about season 32, Dancing with the Stars. We talked about the new host. This is a great host team. The judge team seems to be intact as well. But when you're going forward and there's all these wonderful cast members this season, yay, yay, who's going to be the breakout star? Yay, yay, woo, woo, who's going to be the breakout star? But next season, I must say, somebody needs to get on that phone, ring, and get on that phone and say, Larsa, oh, Larsa, will you do our show? I'm telling you, the ratings will never be bigger. Larsa Pippen, she's a reality TV icon. She's dating Michael Jordan's son. I mean, it's all so wonderful. Oh, the way I love me some Larsa Pippen. Okay, moving on. Actually, ending the episode, but moving on. Okay, so this is what I want to do. If you can, in the comments, put who you think should be casted going forward or who you like on this season. Was I too sweet or too harsh on any of the cast members? I'm always open for constructive criticism in terms of like, oh, maybe there's something I didn't know. Maybe there's like a reason somebody's on this show or what they're trying to accomplish I hadn't heard of because I don't know a lot of the people here. I know a handful of them, but a couple of names I hadn't heard of, or have you heard of them all? I haven't heard of them all, but it doesn't mean they're bad. So yeah, you could put in the comments what you think. Now, this is the fun game that we're going to play to wrap up the show, which is going to be, who do you think should be casted going forward? I said Larsa, but here's a couple other people who I think should be casted in future. So casting directors, get your pen and paper out. And here we go. So I think Joy Behar should be casted on the show. Not only does she have a mouth on her, oh, I just love her so much. She's so funny. And I feel like her life has just been so locked into The View. And she's, aging. And I feel like something like this really fun would be real exciting for her. And, obviously what she stands for and what she says politically is always important. But she's with the ABC family. Obviously, it's a New York based show as The View, and Dancing with the Stars is in LA, and it's a little bit of a challenge in that regard. But lots of people have done the show back and forth, and I don't know. I just would love to see Joy Behar. Kristen Cavallari from Laguna Beach in the Hills, and she had her own reality show. She's got her clothing line, Uncommon James. She was married to the football player. Was it Jay Cutler at the time? Yes. But she's got her new podcast on her own called Let's Be Honest. I just think she's so fun, a fun watch. This is who I would like to see on future episodes or seasons, rather, of Dancing with the Stars going forward. Jay Rodriguez. The way Jay Rodriguez's career has stuck around, and he does have such a talent, I feel like something like this would be big for him. And, he was on the original season of Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. But, I mean, when you do break it down, the time in which his career has been, spanning is such a long time. And I think that something like this would be really fun for him. I mean, I guess I'm saying the same thing. I'm sounding very redundant. This would be fun for them. But, it is a fun show. Okay, this one's really fun. This one's really, kind of dividing right in the middle. So I watched the first season of Netflix's Selling the OC. Mind you, Selling Sunset, never watched a little bit of Selling Tampa and was enjoying it a little, and I hadn't got a chance to finish, and then they canceled it, so that kind of ruined that. So I'm not really a Selling, in terms of those types of shows. I don't really enjoy them, but I always liked on Bravo, they have the $1 million listings, and I did like those ones, but the Sellings were not my vibe. And then all of a sudden they got Selling the OC. So there's this girl named Alex Hall, and then there's another girl named Brandy, and they're like best friends on season 1. But on season 2, and I guess season 3, because they just currently finished the filming for that, they are not in a good place anymore. But they're both superstars, and they're both winning in the real estate game and beautiful. Cast them both on the same season. Dancing with the Stars, Selling OC version edition. I don't know. But yes, I would definitely like to see one or both of them. Now, this is a little bit of a throwing it out there. Dave Portnoy, of course, he has such polarizing views. He just retained Barstool yet again, something that he, created, 20-something years ago out of Massachusetts, out of Boston. And he is a little bit of a loudmouth and always puts his foot in it in some ways, but I think he is kind of what is needed sometimes. Now, the show probably wouldn't want to mess with him because he is, this is well, I don't know if it's live TV anymore, but essentially it's live TV. And, you know, what would he do with the platform? You know, there's always that thought process. But nonetheless, I think he would be entertaining. He's worth a even if he did it as like just a comical situation, I think it would be somebody I would look into. Rachel Uchitel, she just started her new podcast. It's called Misunderstanding, you know, and obviously within her life, there's been so much that has went on. And what I liked about it is I was listening to a couple episodes, and she does have I don't know, she has something there, something very, very talented, in terms of she even, you know, used to be in the world of journalism years before a lot of those other things happen. And even how she's been early to all of this, like shifting your image and your identity, where the you know, the public doesn't view you in such a negative way. You know, she had the public for a long time. I mean, actually, as funny as it is, I think Joy Behar on The View had said some really rough things about Rachel Uchitel all those years ago. So Misunderstanding, Rachel Uchitel's podcast, you can tell she's really of the space where she wants to like let people know, like, there's so much more to my story and everyone's story. And I think she's doing a really good job. And she's beautiful. And I just feel like this would be something that she would like to do. Again, why am I saying the same thing? This is something they would like to do. I'm just deciding for them. Oh, Jill Zarin. She would love to do the show. Jill Zarin from The Real Housewives. She most recently, it seemed like she was going to do a series back on Bravo, the streaming platform, Peacock TV, which, you know, Bravo, Peacock, they're connected. And I guess there was a little bit of a contract negotiation or something. She always gets represented as like being tough to work with. But I always say, darn it, pay Jill Zarin her money. She is so fun. She's such good TV. And there would be a lot of enthusiasm for her to do this. And the last person I chose was Tommy Daddario, whose husband's of Gio from ABC's, you know, Good Morning America. Also, I can't recall was he the transportation, something of that nature, but he is on ABC, Good Morning America. And this is his husband, who does some work on Extra currently and was a model of the day. So yeah, these are some people that I just think would be worth the while to look into in the future when they are casting another season. But I guess the biggest question is, how is Dancing with the Stars doing? Is it still the big hit? Like I said, I get a little like, why is it taking so long to announce the cast? Or if you do it, it's usually like, okay, well, on Monday we're going to do this, and then on Friday we're going to tell you a tease about this. It's like, to do all this waiting around, I don't know that the fan base is that big anymore, but I do think people are going to watch this season. And I do think future seasons hopefully will go on. And I suggested some really wonderful people for casting. Hopefully you have some opinions also on who you think should be on the show going forward. And heck, why don't you throw in, you want to talk about trajectory, you know, somebody who's already been in the limelight and is kind of just like doing the show just for fun, I guess, or an experience, or there's a couple people that their trajectory is on the way up. I've told you before, and don't you dare judge this episode, because this episode, oof. Nonetheless, I'm going to be one of the great talk show hosts of my day. And I'm like, you know, I've been around stuff and things for a long time. So listen, if Dancing with the Stars needed, we got to make a phone call. Let's call that damn randomly Ronnie. Let's see what he's working on. I will tell you, I would be a fantastic guest. And then after that, not guest, but cast member. And after that, I'd have one of those seasons that was so fantastic. And they would say, we cannot help but giving you a hosting duty also. So then I'll have a new hosting duty. And we'll have to say sorry to one of the old hosts because, you know, I would, of course, taken the position. But this is just life, okay? This is just the way it goes. Okay. Anyways, Dancing with the Stars. Are you going to watch the season? Give your opinions there in the comments. And then we will, of course, talk on another episode. Listen, we did this whole thing in 40 minutes. That's not bad. My goal is always to be a little bit quicker because I'm always like, damn, wrap it up, Ronnie. Wrap it up. You're taking too long. Well, you know what? I do what I want. Bye.
Ronnie Jr.